Bite for some reason. So hello, everyone.
Yeah, hi
I
everybody.
The original GoBots design.
We're looking at Bug Bite. Why did they name that out? You would freaking know.
Because he's a GoBot who was a beetle.
I don't know anything about the GoBots besides their show
Um,
is produced by Hanna
Mighty
Barbera.
robots, mighty vehicles. They were not robots, they were cyborgs.
What?
Leader one is actively borderline kind of sociopathic some days.
Okay, well I know the show was created by Hanna Barbera, and Tonka
Um,
was actually the holder of GoBots. That's as much as I know.
Psykill is not to be fucked with, but also has genuine respect for a good chunk of subordinates. Also, the Starscream analog lasted one episode. Psykill didn't put up with that shit.
That's not that surprising.
And when he got to run a multi-dimensional question column, he made fun of Megatron for naming his faction untrustworthy cons.
What? What's the name of the factions in what is it called? Um,
Robots, the
yeah,
renegades,
Goba.
because they're rebelling against the current governmental system.
And what's the other group?
The Guardians.
No. Well
Um,
then.
he also stole like 6 sparks on the way out of Axiom Nexus.
Huh. That's not
They were
worrying.
pre-packaged for him, but like, yeah, he then promptly used it to bring one of his previously drone combiner to life. He recruited 6 prime Predacons that he also jury into a combiner and 3 minicons that he upgraded to full GoBot specifications.
GoBot specifications.
Yeah, hand blasters, built-in flight.
Alright. Let's see where this goes.
A new year means it's time for Obscure Characters Month, weekly quickfire episodes looking at lesser knowns and cult favorites. To kick off 2021, if you've watched the new Earthrise cartoon on Netflix and you're wondering
Never.
what the deal is with that guy who
Never.
looks like a white bumblebee, I've got the answers in The Basics on Bug Bite.
Alright.
You might be surprised to learn that the character of Bug Bite didn't originate in the Transformers franchise.
I'll be honest.
In fact,
I didn't know much about GoBots before they were
GoBots,
a thing.
another 1980s toy line that was also about a war between two factions of transforming alien robots, the heroic Guardians and the evil Renegades from the planet Gobatron. The
Gobatron.
figure that would become the
Gobatron.
original Bug Bite was first released in Japan
Does he have a face?
in 1983 as
No.
part of Bandai's Machine Robo toy line, and was imported by American company Tonka to become part of their
Oh no,
Robots line in
his face is the
1984.
windshield.
Specifically, Bug
But the gun's right there.
The gun is mounted on it. You can remove the gun.
Oh. Okay. Alright then.
The IDW GoBots comic implies that he is Bumblebee's predecessor.
Huh.
The IDW GoBot comic is fucking weird.
Not that surprised. You could probably make a whole video about it.
Super GoBots range of larger figures. At 5 inches in height, he was about twice
Oh.
as tall as a regular GoBot toy.
Cool.
Bugbite was a renegade who transformed into a yellow Volkswagen Beetle, an alternate mode he famously
He
shared
does
with
in
the
fact look
Autobot
like a
Bumblebee,
renegade, for
released the
sure.
same year. Bugbite appeared in a single episode of the Challenge of
Oh.
the Robots cartoon in late 1985, The Gobots That Time Forgot, in which he was a member of a secret civilization living in the hidden depths of Gobatron, cut off from the surface
Gobatron.
world. He served as the enforcer of this hidden kingdom.
Dear God, these designs.
Gunner and helped
The toy designs look better.
Subjects
They're actually kind of cute though.
until
The faces in Hanna-Barbera are the face and the voice is like, dear God, Scooter is nails on a chalkboard.
Honestly, yeah, some of this animation is a lot sillier than Transformers. Maybe that's why it didn't take off as much.
Part of why it didn't take off was Transformers. You buy a toy, you get a bio, and like you know who this character is. You know how to play with it. GoBots, while cheaper and more in scale, no bios, no anything. If you're not watching the show, you're not
Oh, you
getting
don't.
the
Oh, you don't get anything. Oh, that. Oh,
Unless you got the Wendy's toys, those had bios.
huh.
Not the Windies.
Ruler, Gunner, and helped to brainwash his subjects so that they would forget
Okay.
the world above. Until the rebel
Hmm.
Dart managed to get a message to the surface, and the
The
Gunner
names are very
bring
simple.
Gunner and Bugbite's reign to an end. The GoBots toy line ended in 1987, and
Alright.
in 1991, the failing Tonka was acquired by Hasbro, giving them ownership of the GoBots name, character,
Oh,
and
yeah.
intellectual property, which
This
would
I heard of.
eventually lead to
They
Bugbite
bought out
being
their
folded
competition.
into the world of the Transformers. The story began
They don't really use
in
them, though, from what I
2004,
know.
when Hasbro's Japanese partner Takara released the G1 GoBots, a set of 6
Hmm.
recolors of classic Autobot mini vehicles, available
I see.
exclusively through online retailer eHobby, each one named after a GoBot with a similar alternate mode, including a white
Interesting.
recolor of Bumblebee named
Yeah.
Bugbite. The profile card included with the set made it clear that these weren't just Transformers named after.
Wait, I thought they
GoBots.
dropped the names,
These
though.
were the actual.
Like, out of fear of reprisal from Hanna-Barbera, they dropped the names, just released the set as Dimensional Explorers after some initial advertising that these were the GoBots.
I guess not, considering they bought Tonka. But yeah.
Well, the thing about GoBots is Tonka has the rights to GoBots. Hanna-Barbera has the rights to the GoBots show.
Doesn't that mean
Bandai has the rights to the GoBots designs.
that's why they changed the designs, but yeah.
Hasbro
That's
owns
probably.
a third of GoBots.
But yeah, they probably still own the toy right to the toy names.
Supposedly.
It's a weird copyright is weird.
Extremely.
Actual GoBots characters, an
Mhm.
allied team of Guardians and Renegades disguised as Cybertronians, who had crossed over from their universe into the Transformers world to
Yep.
investigate a mysterious cataclysm that was destroying their dimension.
I see.
This story was picked up a few years later by the official Transformers convention, BotCon, which in 2007
Yep.
offered an exclusive new figure of
Ah,
Bugbite.
cool.
This one, a white recolor of the 2006
The
classic.
head does not match the rest of the
convention's
toy, by the way.
exclusive comic book,
Ah,
supplemented by
alright
a
then.
prose story released online the following year, entitled "Withered Hope," told the story of Bugbite
Oh, you're
and
not
the other
Withered
GoBots
Hope
in
title page? Dang
investigation
it.
of the.
What'd you say?
I was hoping you'd show us the Withered Hope title page too, because I like it.
Oh,
Withered Hope is fun.
do you want to show the title page?
You know what? Sure.
I don't mind looking.
Yeah, basically, the 6 got stuck in Transtech, who didn't know what the hell to do with these people, and in fact their dimensional traversal technology was fucking alien to the Transtech.
Hmm.
But
let
yeah,
me
no, Bugbite escaped from the rest of the squad, committed a murder, and left.
Ah, shit, I went to the wrong page. Give me 1 second.
I kind of like the designs, though. They're kind of cute looking.
You mean the new ones or the old ones?
The old ones.
I prefer my leader one with a mouth plate.
Wait, one of these is leader one?
No.
Oh.
His toy had a mouth plate. His animation design didn't.
Listen, look at them. They're just little guys. Quite literally.
Oh my god.
Psykill has committed many murders and he will kill again.
Which one is
Listen, I
Psykill?
can
He's also not in the
forgive him.
picture.
I can forgive him. He's
He's
adorable.
the renegade leader. He ran a news broadcast segment on the Collectors Club Facebook for a while. He flashbanged the cops and escaped laughing like a lunatic.
Oh, he's perfect.
Oh my god.
When they made a new version of fucking Bike Robo for the new Machine Robo toys, they included an extra faceplate that makes him look like Psykill.
Of course they did.
Rather than the cruel thug he'd been in the GoBots cartoon, BotCon characterized Bugbite as the arrogant, sadistic science officer of the GoBots interdimensional expedition.
All right,
As they were
then.
traveling between universes, the group was thrown off course and ended up stranded on the world of the Transtech, a
All
highly
right.
evolved race of Transformers who monitored the multiverse. After learning from the Transtech that the GoBots universe was being gradually erased from existence by a rogue splinter timeline,
All right, then.
abandoned his comrades and disappeared into the criminal underworld.
Of
He
course.
purchased body modifications that upgraded him into the form of his new toy, and acquired the resources he needed to escape the Transtech's world and head for the source of the cataclysm, the world of the Marvel Transformers.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Once there, Bugbite used stolen Cerebro Shell technology to brainwash several Decepticons into his service.
Oh.
And headed for
Yep.
Earth to locate and destroy Megatron, whose actions he had deduced were responsible for creating the divergent timeline that was threatening his home. Unfortunately,
them?
the plan failed and ended with Megatron blowing Bugbite's head off. But when his fellow
I think I
Robots
forgot new
finally
Bugbite.
arrived in the universe soon after, Bugbite revealed that he was okay.
What?
When modifying his body.
Yeah, remember where his head used to be?
Into his torso. So
Yeah.
It still is.
Oh.
destruction of his head hadn't been fatal. This storyline was left
Look
dangling.
at them. Look at those little
But the
designs.
robots were eventually able to save
My
them.
Those are
God.
still just Transformers.
Conclusion published in
Yeah,
They're
that's Warpath
adorable.
right there.
However, Bugbite wasn't.
That's
able
Warpath
to
right there.
Abandoned his comrades once again and disappeared.
They're also
with his
all
story.
these colors. They don't look anything like the original GoBots because they're based on a catalog image of mini bots that had different colorations.
Transformers incarnations of Bugbite to have appeared over the years
He's
include
got a
Mirror
mustache.
Universe version of the character from the world of Shattered Glass, and a Creo building block figure in the Japanese
Huh.
Transformers Legends manga. His white, black, and purple colors, meanwhile,
Okay, in
would
fairness,
also serve
everyone
as
appeared in that
inspiration
Creo
for the
manga.
BotCon original characters Shattered Glass Bumblebee.
Oh yeah, that was gonna be a
Paralyzer.
thing.
The original GoBot
I have
Portal
Paralyzer.
even reappeared in IDW Publishing's 2018 GoBots comic book miniseries. This
Oh.
comic was an alternate
So,
retro style. to
Imagine
GoBots,
somebody mixed
separate.
Space Odyssey 2001 with Planet of the Apes, all written and drawn in a style reminiscent of Jack Kirby,
Oh dear.
Wow. Someone really liked Jack
and then set
Kirby.
it up to be the origin of the Transformers multiverse.
What?
They heavily implied that Gobotron would eventually become known as the planet known as Diacolon, which would seed multiple copies of itself throughout the universe.
Diaclone as in Primus.
No, Diaclone is in the initial fucking toy line Transformers came from.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I thought you mean, but I thought Primus was called something else in Japan. Anyway.
From the original cartoon that
Mhm.
created a whole new mythology for them. It posited that the GoBots were actually the Transformers' ancestors, and that Bugbite was actually Bumblebee's creator.
That's
explaining
weird.
Their similarity. Bugbite made an unexpected return to prominence in
Oh.
2020.
He's got a hammer now.
Toys and his first appearance
And a
in
helicopter.
animation under the Transformers banner. Flame Toys produced a non-transforming model kit of him, recolored from their Bumblebee figure, while Hasbro offered a new transforming toy of the character in the Generation Selects toy line. This one a recolor of that year's War for Cybertron Earthrise Cliff Jumper figure,
Ah, I
but
see.
Bumblebee's head,
Poor Cliff
released in
Jumper.
conjunction with Netflix's Earthrise animated series, in
Cliff
which
Jumper-
Bugbite appeared
yeah.
as part of a squad of mercenaries hired by one of the alien Quintessons to capture the Autobots.
I mean, to be honest, Cliff Jumper doesn't get a lot.
Because he keeps getting freaking killed off for Bumblebee.
I mean, Skybound Comics are giving him stuff.
Yeah.
He killed off Bumblebee.
Yeah, you just have to kill off one or the other just to have them in it, which is stupid.
Honestly,
disguise.
I'm glad they killed off Bumblebee.
Did find out what
It established the stakes, and I was getting kind of sick of him.
to him after he disappeared
I know
all
he'll
those
be
years
back.
ago, so you never
It will be
know.
nice not to
Maybe
have him
this
for a
is
while.
one obscure character who's still out there causing
Maybe.
mischief in the multiverse.
You never know.
And those are the basics on Bug Bite.
Yeah, unfortunately, there was
Part
never
of the
really a
Transformer
proper
from
ending to
Beetle
the
to
Go
Bee,
Bot stuff.
just the
Like, there was
first
an
of the
ending,
obscure
but it never felt proper, and Bug Bite really just kind of disappeared after his stint in the comic.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah, so they brought in the Buggy Man.
The Buggy Man.
The Buggy Man.
Well, alright then. So, I'll say all this. If you guys want us to check out more Transformers, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit all the buttons down there. And, yeah. If you want a lot more content, check out the Patreon. It helps me a lot, and I can keep on living and keep on reacting to this stuff to you, because, well, that's getting hard for me in life, but you don't need to worry about that. Anyway, thank you all so much, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.